So far, my journey from Alaska had taken me south all the way to the Mexican border, where a travel safety concern had threatened to derail my whole trip. But after a last-minute save, and with only a slight detour, I had arrived safely in San Jose, Costa Rica. And now, I was headed west through the mountain countryside, determined to take a nice dip in some warm water the very first chance I got. Luckily, I didn't. There's like 25 crocodiles down there. I'm not going to say hi to them, but what I am going to say is that I've made it to the real Latin America. When you see a crocodile and you see this rainforest, it doesn't get much more epic than this. A couple of hours later, I reached my destination and one of the most beautiful places in the world. Whenever I'm near the ocean, I feel happy, I feel content, I feel like I'm one with everything. So guess what? Freedom! I mean, this journey, I feel so privileged to be on it. I'll tell you that very clearly. But it's tiring. It's tiring emotionally, physically, psychologically. But I feel it's like it was always my calling to travel the world and see the different cultures and hopefully touch lives in a beautiful way and have my life touched too. And here I am doing exactly what I always wanted to do. My beachside antics attracted the attention of a friendly local named Jairo.
Why would you run to the water and swim with your clothes on it?
Do you know, when I was a kid, I always wanted to do things that were kind of wrong.
What did you try to do without clothes then?
Because I'd get arrested.
Oh.
The real reason, my friend, is because I'm driving from Alaska all the way to Argentina, relying on kindness. But I made it to the Pacific Ocean and I just couldn't control myself. After learning about my journey, my new friend was excited to share his beautiful city with me and generously offered to make arrangements for a very special excursion. The next 2 hours were simply indescribable. I made it back to Jaco just after sunset. That was truly unbelievable. I felt like I was riding in the Garden of Eden. And now, I mean, this is pretty amazing as well. So it's off to find my new friend. But there was one problem. He showed me where he lives, but I can't remember. Everything looked so different at night. I remember it was near that building. Jairo! There was no one on the street, so if I didn't find him, I was going to be forced to sleep in my car again. I just stabbed myself, I'm not joking. Gee, I nearly electrocuted myself. I'm not joking, that wasn't good. Jairo! Do you know Jairo? You don't know him? You know Jairo?
Oh, my friend.
Hi, hey!
Hey, how you doing?
How are you, man? Now that was a huge relief. and wet. Give me a hug.
Hey, how was your trip on the
Good,
motorcycle?
good. It was amazing.
Receive the breeze from the ocean.
Okay.
And right here it is.
Great.
Here you sleep.
This is my bed?
Yeah, that's your fan. That's where I sleep.
Okay.
You can use the remote control if you can make it work.
Man, thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome so much. Thank you. Yeah.
The next morning was another beautiful day, and normally I would have been on the road bright and early. But I had already made plans. Sort of. Before I leave Jaco, the chaps at the motorbike place told me they had a little surprise for me. I'm about to see what that surprise is.
Ready?
Ready?
Go.
I have literally no idea where I'm going. I hope it is not to the crocodiles. This doesn't look very good. Have I mentioned I'm absolutely terrified of heights? Is this safe?
Yes,
How high is it?
60 meters.
That's really high. I decided I'd be a good sport and give it a try. But I don't think I did a good job of hiding my nerves.
Total madness.
Soon enough, it was time to go.
Are you afraid, man?
No, does it look like I'm afraid?
Yeah.
Of course I am.
You know how to say that, pura vida?
What does pura vida mean?
Pura vida means pure life.
Pure life?
Yes, pura vida.
Pura vida.
Say it like that all the time, man.
This is pure life.
Exactly.
So remember, don't worry about the emergency brake. Okay.
Have to brake, man.
He told me not to brake.
Who told you that?
That guy.
Are you crazy?
He said don't brake. It was awful, but I was happy that it was over.
I never want to do this again.
Until I realised the only way out was forward, which meant I had to do it over and over and over
Oh my goodness gracious me.
and over again. At long last, it was actually over. I am never doing that ever again in my life, ever. Thank you for keeping me alive. Let me give you a hug.
Pura vida, amigo.
Pura
Pura
vida.
vida, you hear that?
I did.
Pura vida.
Thank you, man.
You make a good job, my friend.
Long after I was done, I was still dealing with my self-created zipline traumas. If you have a fear of heights, don't let your mother, your grandmother, your sister, your brother, your daughter, your dog, or your goldfish persuade you to ever go ziplining, ever. End of story. Although, I kind of, on a very small level, conquered my fear of heights, and on a more positive note, I'm heading towards the Panamanian border. I'm probably not going to get there tonight, but hopefully I do get there either tomorrow morning or the next day. A few hours later, I decided to pull over and look for a place to stay. But I had also come up with a plan that was so simple it couldn't fail. I'm going to find someone, hopefully, to let me stay with them tonight and just take it easy. Chill. Calma, as they say in Costa Rica, if that's what they say. Parle inglés? Okay. No worries, thank you. No speak English. It was time for plan B. You know where the beach? Danger, beware of crocodiles. Well, there can't be very many crocodiles because there's people on the beach. Do you know what? There were so many people on this beach. They're not afraid of the crocodiles. So I'm not going to be afraid of the crocodiles. I'm going to go back and get my sleeping bag. And I'm going to stay here tonight. I'm sleeping on the beach tonight. And they told me that there were crocodiles. Is that true?
Yeah.
Should I sleep on the beach? Is that intelligent?
Why not?
So I'm going to try and conquer my fear of crocodiles, and I'm going to stay on this beach. So this is like the craziest Leon cam I've ever done. Lying on it. Guys, where are you going?
We are leaving.
What? I thought you were camping on the beach.
No, I think it's too dangerous.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, man, bye. Oh, at least I got one friend. Hey, buddy. How are you? Hey, you'll protect me, won't you? Won't you? Hey? Oh, this is just total madness. I tell you, kindness 2, it's you and I. That's it. We're not going to get eaten by any crocodiles. We're probably not going to be particularly comfortable, but that is the least of our worries right now. Goodbye, good luck, and God bless. And the next morning, I was glad to be there, because I awoke to the most spectacular rainstorm. When the weather cleared, I was back on the road and through the border to Panama. Kindness2 and I were headed south and making good time, when suddenly my little yellow bug informed me that she was in need of some love. Either the gas meter is broken, or I'm leaking gas. The guy just put gas in maybe like 15 minutes ago. It doesn't look like it's leaking. Just got bitten by an ant. Man, I literally just got bitten by one of those things. They're huge. The gas thing is obviously broken, but it's not leaking. So I made it to El Valle, which is in the heart of Panama. This place has a claim to fame. It is the largest volcanic crater that is inhabited. As you remember, I stayed in Kindness2 last night. I don't want that to happen again, so I have to go out into the town and find some kindness. Parle inglés? No. Habla inglés? No. No? Speak English?
No, no.
What about you? Do you know any kind people? Do you speak English? Parle inglés? Okay. But I got lucky. You don't know how happy I am that you speak English.
We can understand that now, value.
I sense there is a deep love and a deep kindness in both of your hearts.
Well, that's kind of what we've spent our lives doing. We were missionaries in Africa, then worked in mission with international people in Oklahoma.
Wow. I would love to hear why it is that you went out into the world and gave back.
My mother especially had that outlook on life and instilled that in me and my siblings, many of them.
Even at the age of 6 and 7, I just had a burning feeling that just because I was born an American, I was born, if you look at the whole world, privileged. And somehow my responsibility was to give back to them, not to live as affluently as I could live.
I've also observed through the years with more experience, the people who are focused on getting all they can for themselves have more worries, more stress,
amen.
They're less happy than people who have little and appreciate what they have.
Is there any way that I can sleep on your couch this evening?
We have a guest room. We can do better than that.
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
That's a yes.
Yes.
Thank you so
The
much.
hug did it.
Thank you. That is so beautiful. So how long have you guys been married for?
52 years.
Last month.
52 years.
Yeah, 52 years.
That's
She's
amazing.
put up with me an awful long time. She deserves a lot of credit.
So tell me, I know we talked a little bit about it when we were walking. How can you teach people to be kind?
Many times, if you're kind to people, they want to be kind to others. So I think the example is the most important way to teach kindness.
And you never know when you're going to have an opportunity to show kindness to somebody, even where you don't understand the language.
Language is also about your heart and how you show up.
Exactly.
And using your intuition.
And a smile and a tear are universal. That works in any language.
If you were to meet a random person in the street, and that random person were to give you an option, were to say, I can help you, or I can help someone that you know, what would you say?
Well,
Someone we know.
Yeah, we don't need help.
I'm traveling, as you know, around the world, relying on the kindness of strangers. That hypothetical person that we just talked about is me.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
What I'm asking is that through you, I want to give someone a life-changing gift.
Wow.
I want you guys to help me to find someone that we can help make their lives better can help make their children's lives better through one act of kindness.
Wow.
Well,
This is so exciting. I just can't get my mind around it. But it's also a really big responsibility because we all know that if you give it to the wrong person, it can cause more harm than good. So we'll want a little time to think.
yeah.
Let me know who they are. We will go together without them knowing what's about to happen, and we will surprise them with a life-changing gift.
Wow.
Let it into your heart. Have a think about it. Pray over it.
We have to pray
Right
about
now, I
that.
think we're in shock.
Yeah, we are.
With so many in need, Pat and Ken wanted to make sure they got their decision absolutely right. So they took the rest of the morning to think about it. Later that afternoon, they had made their decision.
So who is this person?
This is Cleo and his family. Cleo is one of our church leaders, one of the ones that welcomed us so much when we first retired here 2.5 years ago. As we got to know him, he was living in a house that he had rented, and he always had his house full of people that needed a place to stay.
Interesting.
And so he was able to get this little piece of land on the side of the mountain, which is not the most desirable part of town, but this is what he could get. And so he's managed to put up this tiny house and is building onto it. And he has a lot of family that comes. And so I don't know anybody that helps other people so much that needs a better house to do it in. They're so hospitable, but it's hard to do it in this small house.
Wow. So let's whisper because I don't want him to hear us. So
Okay.
what are you going to give him?
Well, we want to give him a rebuild and finish his house so he can have a house that he can truly show his hospitality that is in their hearts.
Beautiful.
Ah. Welcome.
Okay,
Hey,
welcome.
good to see you. Yeah. Well, there's
Hello.
Kale.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm Leon.
How are you,
You're
Kale?
Leo?
Yes.
Leon?
It's close my name. My name is Cleo.
Cleo, there you go.
Cleo?
Hello.
Leon.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Like lion.
Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
Leon.
Yeah.
So this is your home. And how many people live here?
Oh, we're four.
4 of you. And
Yeah.
there's one. How many beds are there?
Okay, this is the kitchen supposedly at the beginning, but I put this wall and then I separate for the bedroom. You wanna go inside and see?
Yes, please.
Okay.
The house was small but tidy, and our host was warm and welcoming.
All 4 of you sleep in this bed.
Yeah?
I also learned that it wasn't that Cleo didn't want a bigger house for his family. It was just that every time he saved up money to fix his home, he ended up giving it away to help others in need.
I got my daughter, she is pregnant, but she have the high risk, pregnancy, and we send money to her for help, for medicine. And yesterday, my dad's come to Panama because he have a high pressures. We give the money for my dad's and for make the test.
It was obvious that Pat and Ken couldn't have picked a more deserving person.
This morning we were walking to town to the market to do some shopping and greet our friends in the market. And this guy I'd never seen before comes up, said, "Do you speak English?" We said, "Yes." He said, "Thank you, Jesus." We see how you use what you have, even though it's little, for other people. You have a big family. You have people come, they need a place to sleep. You always put them in the house there. I think one time you had 2 or 3 other families living in that house. Is that right?
Yeah.
So you need a house where you can do that again. And we see that. And the reason we are here is because we want to give you something to show kindness to you and your family who've shown kindness to many other people that we know since we've been here.
And this isn't a joke.
So we want to help you finish this house and rebuild it so you have a very nice house to show hospitality that you love to so much.
Dice que quiere ayudarnos a terminar la casa. Porque hemos tenido otras familias antes viviendo con nosotros y que pudiéramos volver a hacer lo mismo de nuestra propia casa.
So when I met Pat and Ken,
I offered to help them. And they said no. I want to help someone in my community. And they chose you and your family.
Thank you very much.
So we will find you a builder. We will do everything in our power to make sure that your kids don't have to sleep all in one bed.
Thank you.
And I'd like you to tell your wife that even though she does not understand me, I feel her heart.
I don't have words. I don't have words for say something. Only say thanks God and thank you for each person, you know, for this kind of the project you have. And God bless you.
I didn't know what to expect when I arrived in Central America, but the kindness I experienced will never be forgotten. There is also poetry in the idea that the call from my mission of kindness was answered so selflessly by two missionaries I now call friends. Throughout their lives, Pat and Ken have taken divine inspiration and set out to show grace to those less fortunate. And to that I say, mission accomplished. Next time. So I came this close to like getting a fish. They caught a fish. Put me to shame. Crossing by land was impossible. We're going to go to Colombia